The contract to dole out that student COVID cash was going to make the wee cult of Kielburger even wealthier. $20 million worth of taxpayer cash wealthier. Today we catch Justin Trudeau in a lie about the recently canceled nearly $1 billion program to hand out taxpayer cash to students in exchange for volunteer work, which actually isn't volunteer work then. Trudeau said the contract would not enrich the Trudeau-linked charity run by the Kielburger brothers, which was granted the sole source contract to administer it. Trudeau said, "We charity won't make a profit, but will be paid to administer the program." Now, is that true? Well, Trudeau said it, so no. As we all know, We has paid Trudeau's family for speaking gigs. Canada Land broke the original story of the payments to the Trudeau family through the Me to We program, paying Justin Trudeau's mother, Margaret, and brother to appear at speaking events. Now look at this in Global News. We Charity confirmed that Trudeau's mother, Margaret Trudeau, had been paid $312,000 for speaking at 28 We events between 2016 and 2020 through a speakers bureau. Trudeau's brother, Alexander Trudeau, was paid $40,000 for 8 events in the 2017-2018 academic year through the same speakers agency, which took a 20% commission in both Trudeau's cases, according to We Charity. The Prime Minister's wife, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, was also once paid in 2012 by the charity, and she currently hosts a podcast on well-being for We, which she isn't compensated for, according to the charity. And the charity has other links to other high-profile Liberals. For example, Finance Minister Bill Morneau's 2 daughters are linked to the charity, and at least one has been on the We payroll. And we now know how much the Liberal donating Kielburger organization stood to make out of all of this off the backs of Canadian taxpayers. $20 million. Look at this. Blacklock's has the story today behind their paywall. The amount in the contract to We was about $20 million, Trudeau told reporters. Cabinet on June 25th hired We Charity of Toronto to manage grants for the post-secondary students. No other charity was invited to bid. Neither the Prime Minister nor Morneau questioned the $20 million payment or absented themselves from a cabinet vote on the contract. "I made a mistake in not recusing myself immediately from the discussions given our family's history," Trudeau said yesterday. "I am sincerely sorry about not having done that." Oh, sounds like another learning opportunity for the rest of us. Anyway, the Conflict of Interest Act requires that all public office holders avoid any discussion, decision, debate, or vote on any matter in respect of which he or she would be in a conflict of interest, including any decision that would further the private interests of relatives or friends. Maximum penalty for the breach of the act is, however, just a $500 fine. And now, because of the cancellation of the scandal-plagued cronyist failure to launch of the COVID bailout to students, We, now out an easy $20 million, has laid off 450 of the 465 people they hired to administer the boondoggle. So, wait, it wasn't an actual student volunteer for cash program at all, was it? It was really a labor subsidy program under the auspices of the student benefit program for Trudeau's rich friends at We, who in turn pay his family hundreds of thousands of dollars in speaking fees to give speeches that kids definitely don't care about. I mean, what kid wants to hear a speech from Margaret Sinclair Trudeau, Kemper Trudeau? I would not exactly describe her as electrifying if I were to describe her to someone from the TikTok generation. And I listed all of Margaret Trudeau's names there because that's part of the grift. Sinclair Trudeau, Kemper Trudeau, changed her last name back to Trudeau after she divorced her second husband because it made more financial sense, obviously, to be a Trudeau. And as Cian Bexte previously reported, We pays often less than minimum wage. So how much of that $20 million was actually going to go to wages at all? And how much was going to be funneled back to the Liberal Party through donations or to the Trudeau family through speaking fees? What a scam. We is the Bombardier of charities, with a side helping of SNC-Lavalin. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Justin Trudeau knows that we would love to ask him tough questions about how he's using taxpayer money to enrich his friends at We, who in turn enrich Justin Trudeau's family. And that's why he won't let us into press conferences. To see the full story of our fight to get access to Justin Trudeau's press conferences and help fund our legal battle, please go to letusreport.com.